Hey everybody, it's Alexia from amysticspath, back with another pick a card reading for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Now, this week focuses on what lesson am I learning right now. So when the picture pops up, go ahead and pause and center yourself and feel what group or groups you are pulled to, and I will see you all back with your messages. Okay, so for my group number ones, we have the Ace of Swords, the Chariot, Judgment, the Ace of Fire, the King of Fire, the Emperor, and the Three of Cups. Now, what I'm seeing for my group number ones, guys, is that I feel like mentally you have this idea that you want to move towards, that you want to kind of put into the physical, what it is that you want to kind of create, what it is that you want to do, what it is that you want to experience. But I feel like, in a sense, that you've almost been put in a position where you are facing in another direction, where you're not necessarily focusing on this, that they have brought your attention to something else, okay? So you feel like you're almost being put on another path, and you may not understand why this is. And this is because of the fact that the lesson that you are learning at this time is between structure and responsibility and pleasure and having fun. And I feel like you're crossing your hairs, or you're getting to the point where you are more so living in a space of pleasure. Maybe it's escapism, maybe it's just like taking the load off. But nevertheless, it's kind of gotten to the point where your responsibility, your structure, your goals are suffering. They are wavering, okay? They're not where they should be. So this is really a lesson of kind of coming through the fire that you are personally in, and using your manifestation and getting intact with your powers of manifestation and motivation and determination, because like I said, they have been wavering, to put it to the point where you are ready to be able to manifest in the physical and really get to the point where you are really seeing the reward for what it is that you want to bring in. And why is this? Why are you learning this lesson right now? Because anything that you bring in the physical that is the King of Pentacles standards or the Emperor standards does not have any room for you to be neglectful or distracted, or it's going to crumble apart and it is not going to work, because these two are very responsible, they're very structured, and a lot of times him especially does not always have a lot of fun. He might go outside and garden and go walks in nature, but he is definitely always 100% working on his empire and what it is, his legacy, okay? And that's kind of where you need to be at. Not that you need to cut fun out completely, but you need to be working on your legacy, your empire, what it is that you're trying to build, what it is that you want to acquire and have made for yourself in the physical. So not right now, you can't necessarily be focused on working on that and moving towards that, because again, your priorities have been not where it is that they should be. So really take the time to look at that, so you can go and review and make the changes that you need to make, and really be sit with yourself authentically and see what it is going to take and how you want things to look in the structure of this. And then after that's done, maybe we have some time for some celebration and taking the load off. But like I said, you have been wavering. So the lesson that you are learning right now, again, is in between your responsibility and your pleasure. So I really, really encourage you guys to look at that. And this is what I'm seeing for my group number ones. For my group number twos, we have the Sun, the Six of Swords, the Queen of Swords, 5 of air, 10 of fire, the Hanged Man, and the 7 of swords. Now, what I'm seeing for my group number 2s is somebody that is searching for mental clarity and almost mental stability. So I'm not saying like mental health issues, although it can be for some of us. I'm just feeling like there is a lot on your mental state, and you are literally trying to get out of the point where you're feeling like you are about to go down a rocky waterfall, or just in like a turbulent situation mentally, to a place that is more calm and more soothing and more pleasurable to be in. And because of this, there may be some issues where you felt more sharp, like you've been more sharp with your tongue, the words that are coming out. You might seem more agitated, more irritable, and more frustrated. And this is because you are really, really being challenged at this time to look at yourself and to take off the mask that you portray. And this is not necessarily what you're portraying outwardly that other people see, but it's how you feel that you are portrayed yourself. It's your perception of you, of how others see you, of how you see yourself, all of that. And you're being asked to look at this and to take that mask off. But the problem is if you can see, when she takes off that mask, there's still a blindfold there. And it's all purely innocent. It's not that you're not trying to see your worth, or trying to see your value, or trying to see how mean you are to your own fucking self. It's that there's almost there's this blinder, that there's this subconscious blinder that kind of pops in that is still keeping you from seeing this mask that you portray, that you can take it off, or even noticing when you do take it off, that you don't have to sit in that space. And the lesson that you're really learning is to fully take off that mask and that blindfold, to see yourself for who it is that you truly are, in authenticity, and your power of that, and really coming to your self-mastery. Okay, so what we must do here is come to a place where we are seeking spiritual enlightenment. Maybe we need conversations with our higher selves. Maybe we need conversations with God. Maybe we need conversations with our spiritual team. Maybe you talk to the universe, whatever it is. But there is a place that you have to come real with yourself, and almost... And this isn't talking to your peers. This isn't a conversation with your peers. This is a conversation with the universe, with your essence, with who you are as a whole, with the universe. And you have to retreat and go to a place where you're really reflecting, and you're really trying to be real with yourself on an authentic level of what it is that you deserve, and how it is that you need to be treated, and how it is that you need to treat yourself. And I feel like this is possible for you, that you will gain this clarity. We can see this halo over his head, but it is after you go into this place of true surrender, to review what it is that is keeping you in this place. All of these swords are all of your thought processes, all of the thoughts that you have, all of the things that are literally like stabbing you, that's keeping you in this point of not clear perception, I guess I want to say, of not clearly seeing yourself. And it may be because of your own thoughts and your own feelings of your own mistakes, your own regret. It might be, things other people are, wavering into your brain and telling you about yourself. However, whatever that looks for you, it's time for you to be real with yourself and shed the illusion and perception of what it is that you have almost been up until this point, or whatever that case may be for you. But it's time for you to be real with yourself and shed some of these false perceptions that are keeping you in a place that is holding you back, and making it so your life is not as fruitful or fulfilling as it could be because of this not so good light that you see yourself in. And again, I want to stress that this is not something about how other people are viewing you. This is how you are viewing yourself, whether that is based on situations that have happened with other people and conversations that you've had with yourself. But nevertheless, this is something for you to do, to review, to go within on your own time. And only you can do this, okay? But you have it within you. There's no doubt about that. Now, for my group number 3s, we have the 5 of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the 4 of Cups, the King of Water, the Ace of Water, Death, and the 8 of Wands. And what I'm seeing for my group number 3s is I'm seeing somebody who is almost using creative projects and like their strength, their not motivation, but almost like passion and motivation to keep yourself busy enough, because of the fact that you feel like it's not depressed energy, but almost like you feel that you are being maybe transported to another place, that you're kind of being like carried over troubled water, but you feel like although you know that things are transitioning and changing for you and you're being moved from one place to another, you are still feeling down and not helpless, but just like there's a lot of pressure and you just feel kind of heavy. Maybe it's just low energy. Maybe you just don't see the change, like you feel the change, but you're worried about things not changing in the way that you want them to, or maybe you don't see it at all, or just don't see it coming in for you. Nevertheless, there's low energy there, although you are still trying to keep yourself busy with the things that you do enjoy, almost like distracted in a sense, but it's not in a sense to completely avoid. It's in a sense of if you did not have these things to distract you, then you would almost be consumed to the point where you would be in a depressed state, or that nine of swords state where you're filled with anxiety. Okay. And the lesson that you are, and that's kind of where you are kind of mentally and emotionally, but the lesson that you are learning right now is to kind of take your emotions and these feelings that are kind of keeping you in a place where your energy is low and that you feel like you have to distract yourself from. It's time for you to kind of go into almost like a time warp and review these things. When we look at the King of Water, he is very, very emotionally intelligent. He often knows what's bothering him, why it's bothering him, and what he has to do to get through it. And that is what you are being asked to do. And it's not like you are completely like throwing away these feelings or anything like that, although you may like to. It's coming to the point where you're reviewing these things, and I say this a lot, but you're taking the lesson from a lot of the pain that you've had, and you are taking that lesson, but you are releasing that pain. You are releasing the attachment to that. You're like, okay, this has happened. I am not living this anymore. I know the red flags. I know why this happened. I know what lesson I had to learn, or maybe if I don't know why this happened, I do know the lesson that I have learned from this, whatever the case may be. But we're taking those things and we are transmuting them into new life force emotional energy. So we're taking emotions that are necessarily in pain and trauma that is necessarily not the best for us, and things that we don't need to hang on to, and we're transmuting that into fuel for what it is that we want to be focusing on, the type of situations and experiences that we want to be focusing and we want to be having. And we must release this. We must release these emotions, like not even I don't even want to say emotions, but the pain and the trauma attached to the situation to be able to move forward and to really accelerate in your life and on your path. I feel like the more that you're keeping yourself busy on and not really feeling what it is that you should be, or you feel like you're just kind of like coasting, that there is some review that needs to be done and some transmuting that needs to be done, and to be real with yourself on an authentic level, because you don't have to keep it. You don't have to stay in this space where you are literally not even like fully experiencing things because you are just trying to keep your mind busy. Okay, and we kind of want to step out of that. So we're doing this big release that needs to happen to be able to accelerate and move forward. Okay, and that is like the point of, and I really want to stress the point of, like, if you are still just coasting and not reviewing, you won't be able to move forward. So that fear that you have of still being like stuck down and not moving forward, that fear of not being carried to a new, more conclusive, more stable place, that is going to come to fruition because you're not doing the work and you're not learning the lesson that you need to learn. And it's not even like a lesson that you need to learn at this time. It's all of these lessons that you've had over your lifetime that you need to actually deal with. I kind of peg you as a person that moves past, not works through. And you need to kind of be in a place where you're working through instead of moving past, because if you're not, then you're going to be stuck. Okay? And that is what I'm seeing for my group number 3s. For my group number 4s, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the 3 of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the 6 of Water, Union, the 10 of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. And what I'm seeing for my group number 4s is somebody who has a very, very strong sense of what it is that they are doing and their placement in the world and almost their durability within that. I feel like you are a person of great strength. I feel like you're a person of great strength, but you have and are very, very motivated. But there is a lot that you hold on to that really keeps you in a point where you are feeling really pushed down and really like almost like subdued to circumstances, that even though you want to be able to get up in a place where you are moving forward and you are walking through life with your head held high, sometimes you're just at these points where you have to like crouch down and just let some things out. And you are really just in a place where you want things to change for you. You want this like these breakdowns to stop, the pain to go away. And that you can just really focus on being this person that is of strength, but not having to be almost like fighting a battle all of the time. And that this person that is really able to put all of their focus and time and attention into what it is that they are doing, their purpose, and what it is that they're trying to build in the physical. Okay, now I feel like as far as what lesson you are learning at this time is a lesson of to let go of what it is that is keeping you in this space where you're kind of feeling like sunken down and just like need to, like things are so overwhelming that you literally have to stop and break down and cry. I feel like you're being guided to let that go and to really kind of come into your strength and your power. I feel like this is a point of where you need to free yourself and free yourself from the burdens of mistakes and the past and whatever it is that is keeping you feeling like you literally are reaching these points of breakdowns. I feel like you're a person who literally goes and goes and goes and goes until you can't go anymore and you're literally fall and hit the floor. whether that is from you avoiding your emotions or avoiding your thoughts, or really just trying to work on something until it's done the way that you want it to be done. But anyways, you're being guided to let go of what is keeping you and causing you to have these breakdowns, and to fully transform. And it's not necessarily coming into yourself, because I feel like you've been working on this. It's kind of ingraining and letting everything solidify and everything aligning for you to fully come within union of yourself. I feel like you know who it is that you are. But I really feel like you need to take the time to really ingrain your strength and your power, and let that be a testament to, a testament of who it is that you are, but you don't have to keep the pain and the trauma, like that pain, and realize that pain and that trauma does not have to keep coming into your life, because of the fact you already know that you're strong. It's not something that you have to keep proving and proving and proving and proving over and over and over and over and over again to prove that you're strong to yourself or anyone else. That you really just have to come to the point of letting things kind of flow together and ingrain and walk in a place of strength. Don't let your strength only be seen by the world when you are fighting. Don't let your strength be seen by the world when it is in bad circumstances. You let the world see your strength all of the time, because that needs to be a place where you are at authentically within yourself. And this is going to bring you to the ultimate happiness and fulfillment that it is that you're looking for, because it's the fulfillment of yourself and where you are within yourself. It's not an outside fulfillment. It's not the outside circumstances that would make us happy by having material things. It's the being really, really tied and locked down within who it is that you are and the strength of that. And I feel like for my group number 4s, this is a lot of you realizing and harnessing and holding on to your strength and your power, and every time that you didn't break, every time you didn't fold, every time nobody could break you, every time nobody could fuck with you to the point where you gave up. Put that as a testament of who it is that you are within yourself as a whole, knowing that you don't have to go through those situations anymore, that you have proved these things to yourself on a whole authentic level. And that is a testament of your strength. That is a testament of your power. That is a testament of you. No matter what happens, if you get to a point where you have to really pull your boots up and really get out there and get in the mud and get things dirty and get dirty and really and fight. You know that you'll have it in you, but knowing and releasing the notion that you have to continue to fight to be viewed as strong or as this warrior or as this person of immense strength and power. You don't have to keep fighting. And this is the universe saying it's okay for you to let go of that part, because you so much want things to change for yourself. You don't want to be in a position of fighting any longer, but I feel like you're very divided, because that fight, that strength, that fierceness that's within you, you've had to carry it for yourself so long that it is not that you feel like it's a part of you. And it's not letting go of and releasing that feisty determination or that warrior. It is realizing and being okay with the fact that you don't have to stay in that position all the time, but it is still greatly a piece of you. Okay? And this is what I'm seeing for my group number 4s. Now, I hope that everybody has received the message that they needed to receive and that you have clarity. So, if you feel like you need a reading specifically for yourself, because this is a collective reading, of course, please do not hesitate to contact me. I would love to work with you all.